Hey, what's up? This is Elo Speaks back with another video, or Sports Talk with Elo, depending on which video you watching this off of. But I wanted to make this video to talk about right quick recent news that I just saw. So apparently Giannis Antetokounmpo had recently did a video, did an interview. Oh, sorry, I did an interview. Just talking about the state of the NBA, what's the particular moves for the Milwaukee Bucks and the upcoming season that's gonna start on December 22nd. And one of the questions that came up was his winning his second MVP. And as regards to that, he did say that yes, he did win the MVP, and he was the best player for that particular season of 2020. But he said LeBron James is still the best player in the world, even if he's the league MVP. Now, as a fan of basketball for like a very long time watching that, I was really disappointed in those comments from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the reason for that is, as a competitor, as a basketball player, you should never, ever say these type of words to like a peer or a competitor, saying that they're the best player in the world, because essentially you're saying that that person is better than you. Now, granted, I'm not saying it's not right to compliment a player. You could be, amazed by his talents, or say, oh wow, that player he's a good rebounder, or he's a good shooter, or he's a good scorer, or he's a good passer. But you don't say he's the best player in the world, because essentially you're saying he's better than you. And that's what basically Giannis Antetokounmpo said in this interview. He said LeBron James is better than me. And that's a problem moving forward, because it's like, if you feel like this person is better than you or is the best player in the world, you're basically saying, I can't beat him. So now he has the physical edge on you. Now he has a psychological edge on you, because now you feel like you can't beat him. And now it feels like, okay, whatever I do, it's like I'm never going to be able to measure up, even though you're a two-time MVP. Now, I'm not going to lie, I lost a little bit of respect for Giannis. He's been coming up short in the playoffs. I gave him like some slack during that 2019 playoff run when he lost to the Toronto Raptors, but still, it's like you were supposed to make it back to at least the Eastern Conference Finals and contend for a title by going to the NBA Finals to play against the Lakers. But you should not be losing to the Miami Heat in 5, and then the one game that your team did win is when basically you were hurt and got out the game. They were able to move the ball and couldn't build up the wall to basically defend against you. So I was really disappointed by these remarks from Giannis Antetokounmpo. As a competitor, you're never supposed to say another man is the best player in the world. You're supposed to strive to be the best player in the world. Now, he did say that, when I'm the best player in the world, I'm going to say it. But at the point, like, you can't, you just can't. As, like, for psychological edge purposes, you just cannot do that. That's beta male mentality right there, thinking that another man's better than you. Sorry. I just got to keep it a buck. Like, there's no way you're supposed to be saying that. I never heard Jordan, KD, or anyone say anything like that. They even, I remember an interview from way back when they interviewed Derrick Rose, and they said, who's the best player in the league right now? And he said himself. Now, we all know that wasn't true at that point, but still, that's the type of confidence, the mentality, that dog mentality that you're supposed to have. You're supposed to think you're the best player in the world, even if it's not true. And if you do think it's true, you better go out and show that it is true. So again, this is to me beta male thinking from Giannis Antetokounmpo. When it comes to people like Paul Pierce, even though I don't particularly like Paul Pierce with him and his Celtics, but I have to agree with him when he said this. A lot of players are scared of LeBron James. They fear him. They see how dominant he quote unquote dominant he is, and it's like this is the reason why he feel like he can win the title, because these guys are not really trying to compete. And it's like, come on, y'all can't be saying he's the best in the world. Now, granted, if you think he's the best in the world, that's fine, but still, as a competitor, as a player, as a peer, you're not supposed to be uttering these words. It's all right for the media, fans, etc. His teammates, his family members like to be saying those type of things, but you going against him, trying to dethrone him, you can't be saying these type of words that come off as kind of beta-ish to me. Now, granted, Giannis Antetokounmpo is superlative in his skill, even though he's kind of one-dimensional in certain areas, and he need to expand his game. But still, you need to like have that dog mentality. I need more for you in the playoffs, and you can't be saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's better than me." Well, he didn't say this guy's better, but he said this guy's the best player in the world, which essentially is saying this guy's better than me because you won MVP, back-to-back MVPs at that. So you were technically the best player in the regular season. Now you come off short in the playoffs, but still, you were the best player in the regular season. So for you to say that LeBron James is the best player in the world, that especially that he didn't win an MVP, then you're basically saying he's better than you. So that's all I have to say on the matter. Giannis need to get together, need to get his mind right, and have an assassin like mentality to really go for the juggler. Because if he feels like he is the best and want to be the best, he can't be saying comments like this. So those are my thoughts on the matter. Let me know yours down in the comments down below. This is Ito Speaks out.